Welcome back to the Psychic Next Door. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in and watch our videos, as well as for your overwhelming support for subscribing, liking, and even commenting on my videos. I am truly grateful for you. My goal today and always is to provide you clarity and peace through these spirit-driven messages. Remember, these are just general readings, not one-to-one, so if it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind. I had mentioned this in our special July 4th reading, that Spirit has been wanting to discuss 2024 throughout our readings for these last couple of months. So instead of doing the normal July bonus reading, excuse me, I've decided, well, Spirit has decided, that this reading is going to be a reading for the remainder of 2024. Now, for those of you that haven't had the opportunity, please check out my special July 4th reading. It was our very first pick a message reading, and a lot of incredible information came through for you guys. So this reading is for our beautiful Sagittarian friends. This reading will include July through December of 2024. So hold on to your hats. Now, while we shuffle the cards, my friends, Spirit wants to highlight one major theme that's been relevant for all signs right now. And that's self-doubt. There's a lot of self-doubt that's been creeping into your lives, okay? Whether it be through a current relationship, whether it just be self-doubt internally that you're doing kind of to yourself. Perhaps it's revolving around a business partnership or in relation to work that you're doing. So while we normally draw a card from this deck at the end, I kind of want to start this reading with the card that came through during my meditation, okay? Because it really sets the tone and may help you put things into perspective when it comes to this energy that's coming through. If a cauliflower can somehow become a pizza, then you, my friend, can accomplish anything. When you really stop to think about this, isn't that a fact? I mean, it made me chuckle kind of when I read it, and I'm like, God, my God, that's so true. You know, here we are doubting ourselves for a myriad of things, but yet they managed to take cauliflower, and I know some of you like cauliflower, so don't hate me for saying this, but taking something like cauliflower and being able to turn it into the crust for the pizza, like, that's wild, isn't it? And I've had it before, and it doesn't taste horrible. You know, it's doable. Right? So if they can pull this off, imagine, my friends, what you and I can accomplish in this world. Kind of lets you see things from a little bit of a bird's eye view, you know? Kind of resets things. I feel like that card kind of reset things a bit. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So we're going to go ahead and pull 2 cards from each of the Moonology decks. And while I do that, during my meditation, I saw a vision of someone, and they were winking, just kind of giving the wink, you know, that with a little smirk. So I'm not sure who needs to hear that, or if that recently happened to someone, or if you recently did that to someone. But I wanted to share that with you because they showed it twice. So I thought, well, let's go ahead and let our beautiful Sagittarian friends know that came through for them. All right, let's draw 2 more here and move on to the message. Interesting. They want to draw 1 more, and we will draw 1 more. All right. I don't mean to juggle. I don't mean to chuckle, my friends, but there's a reason why we pulled this card, and they wanted me to draw 1 more when it was originally 2 and 2. So they want to start with this: cool your emotions. So for some of you, don't kill the messenger, please. And I'm a Sagittarian too, so let's we can kind of throw me into the bus too. Cool your emotions. They're showing me the words chill out. Okay? There's a tremendous amount of pressure on you right now. Okay? For some of you, it's coming through as far as like a family connection. Just the overall energy is really heavy right now. And they're showing me someone who is like quick to jump, meaning the interaction they're having with a family member, or even more than one family member, they're quick to jump to a conclusion about the conversation that they're having. I hope this resonates with you guys. This is what I'm getting. We need to kind of take a step back, all right? Perhaps take a bit of a step back, my friends. When you're having a conversation with someone, and they're highlighting one individual specifically. No, now they're highlighting two. Okay, so, and again, this is collective. So part of this may resonate for you and the other part may resonate for someone else. So just, bear with me as I provide you all the details. They want you to step back and listen to the other person a bit more. You're kind of already assuming, or that person is assuming, you're kind of both doing the same thing. You're assuming what the other person is going to say because you know them so well, rather than just really trying to listen to what they're saying, if that makes sense. Give them the chance to express themselves without having to reply back so quickly, kind of have a more easygoing conversation rather than trying to one up each other, is what they're sharing with me. Okay, there's a lot going on in the home right now. There's a lot going on with family relationships, and they're just really wanting you guys to just take it one step at a time so you can get to where you want to go. They're saying part of the issue is that we haven't left the past behind. For every argument and conversation that you're having with these family members, you're not leaving the past behind. The past that perhaps has been buried it keeps creeping in, all right? And that's also what's not allowing the relationship the time and attention that it needs, because subconsciously the past kind of creeps in to these conversations, and you're not even reacting sometimes to the actual conversation that's happening. The feelings from old issues and problems are also creeping in. So there's a lot to unpack here, okay? There's a lot to unpack. Some of you are feeling that this is the way it is, and this is the way it's always going to be. Well, the fact is, if you don't do anything about it, sure, that's exactly what's going to come of it. It's just going to continue in this repetitive cycle, right? They're wanting to let you know not to lose faith, okay? Nothing is yet set in stone. This way of life that you have, these relationships that you're having with these individuals in your family, perhaps some of you are like family friends kind of thing also. They're wanting me to highlight close relationships, okay? These patterns, while they have been like this in the past, and even in some current energy and arguments and things of that nature, this isn't set in stone. It doesn't have to be this way, right? Collectively, you could work together to they're showing me someone turning a page, right? And deciding to leave the past behind. And perhaps for some of you, they're showing me a collective group of you taking a piece of paper and perhaps writing down all your grievances, okay? And the grievances that perhaps may be coming up, or ways that you feel this individual has acted or been towards you in the past, and you haven't really let it go. But they're saying that if you work together as a unit and you make a collective decision to let all that go, okay, you leave the past behind you, you could have a win-win outcome in your forecast. Okay? And this message came through so clear, okay, and so beautifully. And I know some of you are struggling so hard and you're just trying to do what you feel is best, right? For the situation and for yourself and for your family and, these, family, friends, relationships, whatever the case is. But understand that how you guys have been moving along so far isn't working really well for any of you. Okay? And while change is difficult because you're used to a certain pattern in a certain way, change is needed and it's imminent. And things could be really incredible. They're wanting you to know that this energy that you're in, okay, it doesn't have to be that way. This isn't set in stone. You're not meant to do this if you don't want to, right? You can change the dynamic in these relationships that you're having with family and friends. You can change the dynamic. If both of you collectively want to, or it's showing me also a group, it's showing me a family setting as well at a table, perhaps, and I don't know why they keep using this term, the come to Jesus term. I guess it's because it's from, I want to say my era, but it's just a term that my family had used when you have to sit down and kind of lay it all out. They're wanting you to do that because a lot of great things you have they're showing me you have a lot of life left. All right. And you've built this community, you've built this family, right? And while it may seem heavy and stressful, they're showing me the numbers 2 and 3 and the word tweak. So they're saying really it's going to take 2 or 3 little tweaks, adjustments, okay, is what they're referring to. 2 or 3 little adjustments and being consistent with those adjustments. It's tough, okay, for anybody on either side of the coin for you to make changes and then not revert back, not bring the past back again. It's a conscious effort. It's difficult. It's not easy. It doesn't happen just like that. All right. Perhaps when an argument is happening, something needs to be said where the conversation stops for a period of time and then you go back to it. I'm not sure. Everybody has their own different dynamics in their relationships, but the point is to just do things a little bit differently. All right. Take the know that what you've built, it's a good thing. And it's not, Spirit wants me to also highlight that this is also, here comes another term. It's not all gloom and doom. Okay. Spirit is sharing with me. There have been some fun times. There have been some great times. There have been smiles and laughter. But right now, in the mix of it all and what you're feeling, it doesn't feel that way. You don't remember those things and they don't happen as often, right? They are not going to happen if something different isn't done. Okay? It's not. So I don't know if you can see, I'm pulling the tarot cards right now for clarification. I just pulled Ace of Swords. We'll go ahead and draw the clarifiers here real quick before we continue to dive in, although they're wanting me to already kind of discuss this card, so I'm just going to jump in. Step into someone else's shoes. Okay? You currently walk a path. You are who you are because a portion of it is because of how you were raised. A portion of it is because your DNA. The other portion is the dynamics around you growing up. All that built you to who you are today. And you do things today because of all those factors, right? So those are kind of innate factors. Factors that, they're different layers of who you are, right? So you automatically go to those when things get tough or there's a problem. And they're showing me this is just very difficult. This is very difficult. Change is very difficult. especially in changing your way of thinking and how you perceive things, right? They're also showing, man, don't kill the messenger. Again, I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm with you guys. So Spirit is kind of winking at me too, if you will. Perhaps that's what the wink was. Like, hey, some of this message is for you too. All right. So it's super clear here what's happening. First, we have to alter the way we think. We have to unpack some of that baggage, okay? For some of you, you're dealing with stuff in addition to this situation, this family relationship, friendship, what have you. Some of you are dealing with other personal baggage. Some of you are you're dealing with other demons on top of that inside of you. So there's a lot to work on, and you're just really not. You're trying your best just to get through it, right? But collectively, you all are going to want to do something different at some point here, because you're going to look at it and say, do I just want to continue on like this forever? Or do I want things to get better? Do I want to feel better? And you're going to stand on one foot, not literally, but the page of Pentacles in this card is an excellent depiction of the message of putting yourself in someone else's shoes. This individual typically doesn't stand on one foot, right, and hold a pentacle and face in that direction. And they've decided to try and do something different because they want a change. They want something different, okay? Some of us are judging not only others, but this is more internal. This is being kind of judgy towards yourself, kind of being hard on yourself. That's what the Judgment card here is kind of conveying for us. You're being really, really tough on yourself, and, you got to chill out a little bit, right? You got to cool your emotions when it comes to yourself. They're sharing that outside of this dynamic and this relationship, friendship, difficulty that you're having at home. Have you considered perhaps other options as far as the things that you're dealing with personally outside this relationship for yourself? I know that doesn't really seem clear, but hopefully it will make sense to you guys. They're sharing with me that some of you feel like you can't beat this problem that you're having, and this is just your own personal problem. This is not the dynamic anymore of the family. You don't feel like you can beat it properly, or you can overcome it. Beat it was not the term. They don't feel like you can overcome this problem. I don't know if you can overcome it alone. Okay? Some of you kind of need a little assistance with this personal problem that you're having within yourself, about yourself. I hope this makes sense. Perhaps just do a little bit of research on some options that you haven't considered before that perhaps you may want to consider now. Okay? That's part of the thing that's really bogging you down as well. Now, I want you guys to know that this message is encompassing for all of 2024, the remainder. They're also showing me part of 2025, right? So this process may be a little slower for others. But guys, I want to show you your final outcome. And these are two of the most beautiful cards in the tarot deck. The Ten of Pentacles is basically when all parts of your life are firing as they should. It doesn't mean it came without difficulty, right? It doesn't mean that you didn't go through it. It just means you get to a place where you're at peace, with your family, your friends, your finances. Like everything is firing as it should. That relationship, and it doesn't have to be romantic for some it is, they're showing me that you can get to where you want to be. Okay? That's being highlighted. I haven't seen this card in some time either for my beautiful Sagittarians. So it's nice. It's a renewed energy. But you just have to make some changes, right? Some uncomfortable changes for some. It's just, it's not easy to get to that they're showing me like someone at the top of a mountain. That feeling of being like happy and free. At least a part of you is, I think we all know that there's always, with everything comes difficulties, but it's kind of nice when you can work through and solve problems together rather than against each other, is what they're sharing, okay? So understand that this can be your outcome. This can absolutely be your outcome. And I'm really happy to see this because I'm a Sagittarian too. So it's nice to see that, sometimes we got to do some hard work to get to where we want to be, but it's available for you guys, all right? And that makes me so happy for all of us. I am going to draw, even though I drew the cauliflower collective message for you guys, I do want to draw one more card for you guys from my motivational insight deck, because it's really a beautiful way to leave the reading, okay? Let's see what we have for you guys. All right, and your final message today is, there are ups and downs, but whatever happens, you have to trust and believe in yourself. And it's part of that self-doubt message that everybody's it's been a collective feeling, overall energy, the self-doubt that so many of us are having right now. You just really have to remember that there are ups and downs in this world, but trust and believe in yourself that you can make this happen. Have a great rest of your month, Sagittarius, and I'll talk to you soon.